Hi guys, this is immigration attorney Marina Shepelsky coming to you from New York, but practicing immigration law for all 50 states of the United States. Today's news are not great, to be honest. I think it's bad news. But as always, I want to be honest with you guys, and I want to bring you them as soon as we find out. Sunday night, it came out that basically both Democrats and Republicans in the Senate have been negotiating about including the immigration reform pathway to citizenship, or amnesty as many people are calling it, in the budget, in the finance bill that's supposed to be coming out by the end of this year and creating a budget for the year to come. And the Senate parliamentarian by the name of Elizabeth, just opening up her name because she's not a known politician. Her name is Elizabeth McDonough. Elizabeth McDonough is a parliamentarian, which means she's kind of like a judge in the Congress who decides, is it by the rules of Congress and Senate function to include things or exclude them in laws that are proposed. And she basically told the Democrats they cannot include issues having to do with immigration in the money bill, in the law that has to do with the budget of the country. She said it violates congressional rules and it shouldn't be allowed to go forward, which is considered to be a big loss for Democrats and for immigrants generally, because there's not enough votes in the Senate to overrule that and to push it through in the budget reconciliation bill. It sounds complicated. I'm going to try to explain it, maybe just to break it down a little more simple. Democrats tried to include this amnesty in the budget bill because it would have been the quickest, most effective way to pass this amnesty. This would have been able to be passed in 2021, this year. This would have been able to legalize about 8 million people, including essential workers. Democrats have made all kinds of promises to get Biden and Democrats elected in, for the president's office and for Congress and Senate. They wanted to include immigration in the fastest law coming up, and the most immediate law coming up would have been this budget reconciliation bill, or basically a balancing of a checkbook, so to say, for the country. The U.S. economists have supported this. Obviously, immigration attorneys and immigrants supported this. They had a blueprint, they had a plan, they already said who will get legalized. I talked about it last week. But when it went to this parliamentarian, who is sort of like an arbiter, she makes rules whether something gets included or not in bills. She said it violates the rules of what they're allowed to include in the budget law. This was not related. It's going to distract and make this budget law impossible to pass. And Republicans are very much against it, and they don't want to include it, and so that's what's going to happen. The chances of passing the amnesty this year are going to be pretty low. What they have to do, if they're serious about this amnesty, is to create a whole separate bill. Not to include this in anything, but to make it its own bill. And of course, some people made arguments that in 2005, certain immigration provisions were already included in the budget bill, but this year it's not going to happen. I'm really sad. I'm really disappointed. I was under the impression that Democrats really were going to push this through, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. The only good news is that they've been talking about passing the DACA law as a separate law, not to be included in anything with financial stuff, okay? And I think that will probably somehow pass. I'm not sure if that's going to pass this year. This is for kids who were brought to the United States when they were underage, and they ended up staying here and they have no way to legalize. So I think that will pass, and it's not going to be included with the amnesty or with the budget. It's going to be its own law, and we'll see when that happens, but they've been talking about it as a separate law. So Senate Majority Leader Senator Charles Schumer from New York and other Democrats expressed bad disappointment. They were really upset, but they promised to keep fighting for new pathways to citizenship in the years to come, but I don't think it's going to happen this year, and we'll see what happens. Okay, they're still going to try to hold additional meetings with the Parliamentarian in the coming days to try to find other ways to include citizenship opportunities, but the way they presented this plan, it's not going to happen right now. They will try to maybe change this plan. Maybe they'll try again. It's not a complete final no, but people who understand politics are writing that it's a big, rejection for the idea of this law passing. So we'll see what happens. I'm still remaining hopeful because Democrats are promising to keep negotiating, maybe trying to do something else, but I really don't think that this is going to happen in 2021. Let's see what happens, okay, you guys? This is the news for today. Marina Shepelsky coming to you from New York, working with all the 50 states with immigration law. And as always, we talk about immigration law, immigration news, anything that has to do with immigrants in the United States on this channel, my YouTube channel. Please subscribe, give us some likes if you like this video, if you like this content, and this will tell us that you guys are interested in what we have to say.